Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's layout was created for the challenge over at Mystical Scrapbooks. It's the August challenge, and the particular challenge that this layout's for is to create a layout using two colours and some textile. The two colours I chose were gold and navy blue, and this paper here, this Kaiser Craft Starry Night Daring, is the reason that I chose those colours. I wanted to cut those flowers out and use them as embellishments on my layout. I went through my stash and pulled out things that I thought I might be able to use using the navy and gold theme. For my background, I'm going to use this navy cardstock, and I'm going to add this drywall tape in two different directions as part of the texture I'm using on this page. It is self-adhesive, and I don't really add much more glue to it because I'm going to put things on top of it and they will hold it in place. To add some more interest to the background, I've put my paper into a pizza box and I've taken some gold acrylic paint, watered it down slightly, and I'm using my fan brush to splatter the gold paint. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I fussy cut some of the flowers from the paper. I'm going to use my Artiste Spritzing ink in gold to give this burlap ribbon a good coating of gold so that it actually looks gold when it's dry. I've gone ahead and cut some papers to use on the page. The heart paper, this one here, is 7.5 inches by 7 3/4 inches. The dark blue piece is 6 inches by 6 inches. This piece of corrugated cardstock in gold is 2 inches wide by 9 3/4 inches long. The piece of Starry Night pattern paper is 8.5 inches wide by 2 inches deep. And I've cut some gold cardstock to put a little border on each edge of that. So I've cut the gold so that it's 8.5 inches long by 1/2 inch wide. I used double-sided tape to attach those two strips to the pattern paper. I want to put a little border between my photo and the background, so I decide to mat my photo on a piece of white cardstock. I cut the cardstock 4 1/8 by 6 1/8 because I only want the finest of borders. So now that I'm happy with the positioning of my papers, I'm going to bring in my burlap that I had sprayed with the gold ink, and I'm going to work out how I'm going to place the two pieces of textile. I wanted a bit more of the drywall tape over there on the right, so I cut a couple of small pieces and attached them to the page. They don't need to go right through because they'll be covered with my paper layers. Now it's time to start putting all of my layers onto my page. I used double-sided tape for most of it. I have added some foam to the back of the photo. The white ribbon is attached to the burlap strip using glue, and then I used my hot glue gun to attach the burlap and the photo to the layout. Time now to position the flowers that I've fussy cut from the Starry Night paper. I used my hot glue gun to attach these to the page, and a few of the flowers are actually attached to foam. I thought the cluster was looking a bit dark, so I've added in a couple of these handmade flowers. I have got a video showing how I made these flowers, and I will link it in the description box below if you're interested in seeing how they were created. I just attached these using glue. I added one to the centre of the top paper flower too. The photo is of my mother, and for the title I'm just going to put her name and the date. I printed that on my computer onto some of the grey cardstock, I think it's called Kookaburra, and I'm just going to mat that onto some of this blue cardstock that I used as one of my layers. I'm going to trim that down so that I've got about a 1/16 of an inch border around the title, And then I'm going to attach that to my layout using foam tape. I had a little bit of the gold burlap left over, so I added that to the top of the layout on top of the gold corrugated cardstock. So that completes my layout for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching my video. If you have, please subscribe to my channel if you do not already, and pop over to Mystical Scrapbooks and check out the challenge. Thank you for being here with me today.